We shall see where the night takes us.
We could talk about who the hell we're going to get on as a guest next time. Because I've got like a list of names there, but whether or not you're ken any of them.
It's a good question. Probably
not.
Probably not. Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
How's it?
It's pretty good, yeah. For a pretty chill day.
That chill, fucking hell. You had another bath again.
Baths are legitness.
You're like the fucking Zen master now just because you've had a couple of baths.
To be fair,
Zencaster.
I
Hey!
love a bath. Because I'm not being funny, uni showers are not the one.
Oh,
no, I
they're just not the one. Mine's really good because it goes like hot, 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 fucking freezing cold, back to hot again, and then you just kind of burn and freeze at the same time. It's great.
Yeah,
just diving in and out periodically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a great fan of that.
No,
it's never good.
Particularly when you get up at like 6 a.m. You're like, cool, I'm gonna have a shower, get some shit done, like ready for my lecture, and it's just a rude awakening. It's just not nice.
Yeah, it doesn't sound pleasant. I'll be honest. It sounds kind of shitty, actually.
Your life, innit? Like our ceiling's falling through, so I suppose the shower being a bit is like the least of our worries.
Yes.
What? Let's circle back to that. So your ceiling's failing in your flat for uni?
Yeah. Not in my room. I'm okay. I've survived that stuff. But two of the 4 rooms, the ceiling's falling through. So there's all scaffolding like outside my window, holding the fucking building up.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. So
that's mad.
Who knows how much longer I will be in this flat? But
yeah, that's fair.
Water comes through the roof when it rains.
Yeah, that's really not. That's a hazard.
I seen a lot of TikToks of folk like doing that. They do like a wee house tour about their college or their uni accommodations, and it all of them without fail
had in my uni house that just makes sense.
Yeah, that's the one. And without fail, there's doors screwed on the wrong way. There's holes in the walls just inexplicably there.
There's
like windows.
Mouse that lives here.
Oh no! Hell no.
It's great. There's the shower that's coming away from the wall.
You get what you paid for it. Ooh.
Yeah, bearing in mind I pay $150 a week.
That's beautiful.
Yep. Oh well, it's fine.
It's not really, but it'll have to do.
Pretend it is.
Yeah, let's bury our head. Why, Laurie?
600 quid a month. I'd be kicking down the doors.
Yeah.
Like, how? Get your ass in here, get this fixed, mate.
I know it's really fun. So the main door to our building, right? Sometimes it locks and it won't open.
No, that's not happening.
So if there's ever a fire, I've loved these.
Nah, that's not happening.
That's awful.
I feel like every day we have
awful.
fury here because the door doesn't open and we can't get in or out of the building. And so we're like, hello, can someone come and sort this out, please? And they have to like fiddle with the box for a bit and let us out.
I'm sure it's on an emergency catch, and if there's a fire alarm, it'll open.
I hope so.
By default.
I doubt it.
I highly doubt it. I had a couple of fire alarm like practices, and one that was like went off because someone like left their door open whilst they were in the shower or something. And I don't think so. I seem to remember having to hit the button to leave the building.
That's awful.
That's literally just like illegal.
I'm a fucking die.
You're just literally daubing in your uni moment to. So there's obviously other fire doors. No,
there's only one door to get in and out of the building.
Right, that's
pretty bad,
illegal for a start. There must be at least one other fire exit.
There definitely isn't.
The windows.
Yeah,
they're going to class the windows as a fire exit.
Yeah,
that's definitely illegal. Like that's not even.
Just jump at the glass. Like, I'd rather not, buddy. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. This is the Unofficial Official Podcast. Three amigos again this week. Troll, Alyx, and Priv.
Yeah.
Anything new happened this week, or literally nothing.
I've had quite a good week, you know.
Oh, I like to hear that.
I've been rehearsing with my band like every day.
Nice.
And just generally having a good time. I've done loads of work. I've got most of my essays done for my
Good.
modules and stuff. I'm doing fucking brilliant, lads.
I
Smashing
like to hear that.
Smashing this
It's
uni life.
Awesome.
always good to hear about a friend doing well.
Yeah, mate.
Always good.
Right, enough
Yeah,
about your
I've-
good times. That's been
I know.
terrible. It's been a horrible week for me.
Why?
I'm looking. Just felt like raining on your parade there.
Sorry.
Half kidding.
Next
I'm
time
only partially joking.
I'll be miserable, okay? Is that the one?
Like, it's a trade-off. You know what I mean? We can't all be happy every week. You know.
Yeah, it's like scales. If someone has a really good week, someone has to have a fucking awful week just to balance it.
So who was it then? Come on, spill the tea.
Can we all just have like a meh week next week, please?
Yeah,
That'd be
just
alright.
mediocre.
I
would be
would
good.
love a mediocre week.
a mediocre week.
But mine's has been pretty mediocre. Yeah, it's been finished work. I'm off off on holiday for like 10 days because of my birthday, which is today, by the way. Whip whip, gang.
Happy birthday!
Which yes, it's been fun. Went to the park went a nice walk around the park. I got my electric guitar out that I have not played in years because I bought it to learn to play and then never really learned to play. So I bought strings for that. I restringed that today, and I've now got Rocksmith on PC. So I'm going to use that as a method of learning guitar, and it should be fun. But yeah, I think the intonation's out, so I need to Google how to fix that repeatedly because I'm kind of like
Yeah, no, I have no idea. Sorry, can't help you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
man,
probably
it's-
possibly because it's been in wherever it's been for the past year or so, however long since you bought
In
it.
the back of the cave.
yeah, for like 8 years.
Was it leaning on its neck or anything?
I don't really know, to be honest with you. I've literally had it since I owned my first flat before I met my now wife, who I've been with for 7 years.
Oh,
I'd be like
God.
straight up, like you've no touched it in like 8
I
years.
don't really. It's moved houses with me,
Yeah.
but that's like it.
So what happens is like basically the wood in a neck, right? It's got like fucking 9 times out of 10, even the electric ones have got like a wee metal rod in them, and that shit
Yeah.
is specifically designed to stay at a certain angle if there's tension from the strings continuously. Now,
Yeah.
what naturally happens with any kind of metal that's just left for that amount of time, slowly but surely the strings will rust, and you may have probably found like when you actually had to change the strings were somewhat, if not black, they would have definitely been
A little bit rusty.
covered in rust. That means the little metal that was holding the tension of those strings has dissolved. Now, it only be like a fraction, but if it's sat at that fraction for 8 years, then the neck itself has started to ever so slightly bow, which means when
Yeah.
you've put, like you're saying with intonation, for those who don't know, Alex should know this, you fucking
do
should
know
know this,
it.
higher education and music,
Stuff.
that string is designed so that when you hit it on the 12th fret, it'll make the same note and sound
Octave,
as when
baby.
you play it on the open. However, if it's rusted or the neck is bent,
And it's
you will,
buggered.
then it'll ever so slightly be out and you'll be able to hear that. The
Yep.
only real way to fix that is to either take it to a guitar shop and have it reset, or Google how to get your fingers in and about the neck rod and tighten the neck rod a wee bit more. But
Yeah,
I
I've had
would
a
suggest doing that.
I've had a little look at the neck rod. Little look. It does sound better. Because I did, there's like lesson things you can do in Rocksmith, and I was playing with them with the old string, which is what made me go, I need new strings to begin with, maybe other stuff. Because there's like, it's that way you're like, I'm definitely hitting the right fucking frets. Why is it not working? It's like, it's because it's not in tune. It's because it's in tune up here, but the rest of it isn't. And then I changed it, and it seems to pick up the right frets, but I'm listening to it going, that doesn't sound like the right note. It sounds slightly
Still
off.
sounds
So I'm
slightly
like,
off. Yeah, that's,
Yeah, so
that's
I'm like-
exactly what it is, man.
so I'm gonna Google Foo, baby. Yeah.
I know
I've got
that
a-
through hard life lessons, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I have
Yes.
yet to have to take a guitar into a guitar shop and have it reset though. But I have seen guys, like I always remember one gig, I was anal at that type of shit, because I just like, to me it was, these things are expensive, so you better take care of them.
Yeah.
And we were at a gig once, and one of the dudes, we were in a band, we were in our band, sorry. He'd left his guitar, it can only be described as like a I don't know, like a 30-degree angle, neck down on a radiator. And I'm like, I picked it up and walked around that fucking gig. Whose fucking guitar is this? Whose fucking guitar? Like, oh, what is that? I was like, who's the fucking idiot that just left that sitting on a radiator face down? Oh shit, it's me. I'm alright, cool, sure, but listen, man, so you just got up on stage tonight and you can't get in tune at all because you've warped all your strings sitting on your neck sitting on a radiator. I'm like, oh, cringe.
You fucked it,
Absolute
son.
cringe. It's I don't know why, but that just always annoys me. People will do that. Folk that don't use instruments will like put it in positions where it's just leaning on its neck or hanging off something. And it's to me, it's 101. I had a mate who had a brand new guitar. He'd spent a fortune on it, and some genius had laid it sitting half off of an amp, and someone came through with an amp and put that amp down, and it literally just halved the guitar because you couldn't see the neck for the angle it was at. So hell no. Be careful, folks.
Instruments, right? They are very important.
Expensive
speaking of which, right, I was in a practice room today. I was sat on the floor working. I got up and clocked a double bass, and it fell on me.
Oh shit.
So I almost fucking died. But yeah, no, I got squished by a double bass today, and I have cut my head open.
No, they got one of these stupid, they're all hanging off the walls type thing.
No, literally just leant against the wall.
Oh wow, that's again. Just why?
Just why?
So safe.
Yeah, it was great. I fucking wrecked the whole room, and I was like, what the fuck do I do now? Because there was like whiteboards everywhere, and there's a mirror in that room for some reason, and it had fallen over, and it was on the floor, and I was like, shit.
Holy shit.
But well, it's all good.
There was a time when that was considered rock and roll in and of itself, just running around smashing
just me
things.
being fucking clumsy enough to clock a double bass with my head because I didn't see it. Like
tying it up in your fucking, like, tying the lead round your fucking ankle as you're falling about, like Jar Jar Binks in the prequels, just knocking everybody in the band out with a bass.
I tell you what, man, double basses are fucking massive.
They're
It was a double bass. Oh god.
Double bass.
No.
It's fucking huge. It made a right bang when it hit the floor. So I was like, nah.
Oh no. Oh hell no.
Oh well, good. It's good fun times being a uni student.
I remember I may or may have not played in certain orchestral seats.
What orchestral things do you play?
Listen, I'm saying may or may not. This is just like a hypothetical lore
If
thing.
you were hypothetically playing an orchestra, what orchestral instrument do you play?
Violin, obviously.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd imagine.
It's a tiny guitar. Come on.
It is a tiny guitar. Okay.
Tiny guitar.
It's so I can cry myself to sleep.
World's smallest violin.
What does it sound like?
Someone may or may have not been romanticizing the whole, 5-0 goes fucking west and back in the day, American Tail. What a beautiful soundtrack. Haunting, but beautiful.
Anyway.
But I always remember like the classic, like that proper clack of somebody's fucking bow or some hitting off a big empty wooden instrument like that, like a big double bass or cello, and everyone's like, no. It is a haunting fucking noise, man. Just never mind the whole thing falling. My brain must have deleted that one.
A little bit scary. I was like, oh, this is happening. I'm gonna die.
The first one to my move would have been, I'm no paying for that. Before it even hit the ground.
It was alright. It was fine. I picked it up.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
In future, you instantly hit the ground and scream claims direct.
No, to be fair, I'd have been alright. So my mate was in there with me, so he'd have been like, "Oh no, it's fine. They didn't do anything. I didn't see nothing. So I'd have been alright. It'd have been fine. I had an alibi."
Did MD tune the bass at all? Did MD touch it? Did MD look at it? No.
No, just put it in the corner.
Stick it back up there.
No, right. So obviously a room has 4 walls and 4 corners, yeah. So it was a get one of like sort of the long walls of the room. It was just stood against it. It wasn't even in the corner out the way. It was just like in the middle of this fucking room. So we put it in the corner out the way behind the big is it timpani drums? Are they the one I'm thinking of, the massive ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, them. We put it behind them, out the way.
Yes. That's where it belongs.
Tuck it
the
away.
Fuck out of the way. I always remember, so a wee bit deeper inside scoop here. I may or may not have had a girlfriend, one of my first girlfriends.
Well done.
Growing up, who I may or may have not played their father's guitar that sat in their room.
Oh, God.
And she may have went to the toilet, and I may have snapped a string and just shuffled the guitar back into the corner.
I would have loved it if she came in and went, "Oh, can you play something for me?" And you're like,
Nah.
I'm not going to do that.
Like I just, if I string snap all the time, it's fine.
Yeah.
And then I may or may have not been cornered at the school disco a few weeks later by the best friend of said girlfriend, or now ex, giving it, we know what you did. Which was funny because I really couldn't decipher between whether it was that or the really crappy, may or may not have given her a second-hand present for Christmas because I may or may have not been able to afford anything.
Oh, but that's
that's
sweet.
not a bad thing.
But I couldn't decide which one it was. We know what you did. I was like,
That's where you just go, in what? In what?
essentially.
Don't care.
Deny. Just, I have no idea what you're
Which
speaking
thing
of.
are we talking about here? Because
I was going to make it worse.
There's a list. Take your pick, asshole.
Fuck you, I do what I want.
Do what I want. Do what I want.
It's good fun though.
Yeah. What's actually new in the world? Trump is no longer going to be the president of America. That's pretty.
No, I didn't notice. You couldn't have missed it. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Biden.
That's literally the only reason you brought that up.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, Biden. But yeah, it's kind of. Yeah, I love the fact it's like Trump's just going mad.
He's gone
Like,
absolutely
he's
mental.
actually going mental. Like the amount of tweets that he's had that Twitter have deleted because like, yeah, this is full of false information. It's literally fake news. And we're deleting the fake news guy, the guy who says that's fake news, you're fake news. We're having to delete his tweets because they're fake news. So it's kind of mental.
He I don't know if this is true, by the way. Didn't he lock himself in the Oval Office?
Probably.
Or
But it doesn't actually have to leave until January. So he's still technically the president until then.
Right.
But it would not surprise me if he was like, in the weeks leading up to it, was like slow but surely moving more furniture into that room. Yeah. And then when it's like day to leave, he's like, barricade, make a fucking barricade.
Oh Christ. What a
I have heard that his wife has filed for divorce now. It's a bit mad.
Yeah. Well, there's loads of stuff, like obviously all the illegal shit that he's done. When he's not president, they can just fuck up, can't they?
Which is, I mean,
they probably won't.
They probably won't, but they could.
Yeah, I don't think that type of thing tends to happen. I mean, George Bush skated away fucking playing clear for the past God knows how many years after arguably committing way worse war crimes and actually starting illegal wars. So
yeah, I suppose
they tend not to do these things for the sanctity of the presidency. It's a weird kind of thing, but obviously they do still hold it within some sort of reverence. I think the Secret Service has got a lot to answer for people's crimes that disappear and people that aren't charged after the fact. I mean, both candidates have had a lot of accusations before the race that conveniently always seem to disappear around about voting time. Even Trump in 2016, same sort of thing, had a whole lot of allegations, a whole lot of shit flung at him. And it all drops to the wayside as soon as the winner's there. And again, you've got how many guys, look at Clinton, fucking lied his arse off under oath and what have you. None ever happened to that. None ever came for that,
I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Yes, he did.
Again, since then he's been accused of a lot worse. But again, that's I would argue that the reasons why you possibly won't see someone like Clinton being dragged up on any of these charges, and same with Hillary, is because they need to kind of preserve the look of those who run for the most elite office in the country.
Every fucker knows that these people are just horrible, horrible cunts.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, does it make any difference?
No, it makes all the difference, because Orange Man bad.
No, but as in Orange Man bad, so why not put Orange Man in prison if everyone know Orange Man bad in first place?
No, why would you know, there's no need now. Because that would deter future presidents from actually doing wrong thing.
But
if wrong thing.
If president now go jail for bad thing, then
future president no do bad thing.
Do gooder.
There no proof.
Oh.
Jail punishment equals corrections.
That's true, actually.
Jail do equal bad.
Dude, jail equal bad, but
I mean, Trump's probably gonna use some of the same lawyers Epstein did and get a quote unquote sentence where he doesn't actually have to be in jail or really have house arrest.
I can almost guarantee you, no word a lie, unless Democrats do some serious arm twisting, I would be very surprised if you see him face any charges for anything.
Oh no, I agree. I think
he'd have to pull some fucking really fucky shit. I mean, look at this. Obama was guilty of spying on Trump. That's literally like open fucking knowledge. There's no real huge argument there. That's proven, and he ain't gonna face shit. My jaw would hit the floor if he got done or even pulled up on that. There's no fucking danger you'll see him face that.
No.
And that was arguably that's on the level of like your deep throat shit, you know. I think any chance they really had
deep throat.
Deep throat. You never heard of deep throat?
I recognise it from Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, no. Deep Throat was the original code name of a whole bunch of other shit that happened with the Reagan years. You ever heard about the Reagan tapes?
Mm-hmm.
No. I'm not very up to it with my...
For those who may not know, but it's for
For those who may not know. Now, I'm not an American historian, but as far as to my understanding, there was a lot of illegal spying going on and a lot of shit flying around.
Nice.
That shit was made public. And because it was made public, it actually led to Reagan, I believe, stepping down and ending his presidency. Because he had been found complicit with people who were fucking spying on the American public. This was sort of post or just sort of height, the Cold War type shit going on. Mm-hmm. And it seemed your sort of Clinton type thing. Clinton got impeached, but he didn't actually get removed for the White House.
Like Trump?
Yeah. Well, the same thing. Yeah, he got quote unquote impeached, but it didn't do shit. So it really has to be like a jaw-dropping event that both partisan sides can't really deny. You know, had Obama been caught out spying, maybe 2, 3, 4 years into his initial run, you might have seen something akin to that, but I highly doubt it. You're not going to see that type of shit. No one faces any responsibility. This is wrestling, people. You know what I mean? This is wrestling. You got to fucking keep your champs well oiled and shit in case they want to make another run. You got to preserve the office. Every chance you could turn around and go, fuck y'all, I'm going to start exposing secrets and shit. You know?
I'm in such a good mood. Can we not with the wrestling?
Well, you's brought it up.
We did not bring up the wrestling.
Aye, you said fucking John Moxley's got the belt until fucking...
Cauliflower is traditional.
Cauliflower is not traditional.
Actually, Dad, cauliflower is not traditional. Cauliflower is traditional.
One of the more interesting memes I seen was just a question on so what are the late night hosts going to do now? They're going to have to learn how to be funny again. Comedy's going to have to learn how to make joke again.
Oh no.
That's scary.
We have to joke make now.
Oh, you know what I mean? Like the professionals, they're not going to
We're
have.
not us then, we're
I mean, they're
we're
going to trust me. They're going to milk the next fucking half a year to a year of it out till that chicken's well and truly flogged. Chicken, that horse. You know what I mean?
Flog that chicken.
But
Flog that chicken.
Flog that dead goose. What?
Geese are scary, by the way, man. What the fuck? I hate geese.
Scary fuckers.
They've got so many teeth.
They have teeth on their tongues.
Yeah, it's not okay.
It's not okay.
Teeth tongues.
I'm not gonna lie. If there is a god,
No.
God fucked up when he made geese, mate. Like, oof.
I think that was like see when the Beatles did like the weird trippy shit. That was like God's
fuck
thing with
yeah.
geese. It was his experimental phase.
Nah, I'm not being funny. God's weird trick shit was fucking giraffes, mate. Like, what the fuck?
Mm. Yeah, he's like, I want to make an animal that see if it like eats something hot. It's cold by the time it gets to its stomach. Should make a really long horse.
Like a horse, zebra, bird. Like what?
Bird? What?
It's so high up.
Yeah, giraffes have feathers, you know.
They might do. Have you ever seen one?
Yes. I have. It's called a zoo.
A zoo?
Which I do find quite sad, actually. I like the zoo because I'm like, oh man, all these animals, but then I feel sad because I'm like, they're not in cages.
Yeah, I do not like zoos. I'm not a fan.
Pretty sad. Yeah. I go because I like animals, but then I'm there kind of going, that's sad.
See, I would
Well,
be free.
It's a trade-off, you know. Like you could also imagine them out in the wild having to fend for themselves every single day and ripping the throats out of lesser animals or having the throats ripped out of them by higher predators. You know.
Yeah, but that's a bit
Life
different
though,
than, like, you know.
they get to experience, you know, being free and
They get to
running about.
experience the fucking Hunger Games in real life. What?
Life,
Yeah.
though, where I was like putting him in a cage is just a bit like, what the fuck?
You guys are so shocking. I can't believe you would purposely take animals out of a comfy little cozy cage.
If they've been
5 meals a day, get their belly rubbed, get their fucking toenails trimmed, the lot. And you lot are just like, oh, no, throw them out to the wild.
no, it's different if they've always been raised in capture.
Why?
They can't function in the wild. But if they were wild and they're not like being looked after because they're injured or whatever, then it's just a bit fucking wrong.
Just throw them back out there to limp.
Yeah,
Limp
zoos-
across the barren wastelands.
Like zoos started off people being like, look at the animals, let's make money, and then they've kind of turned it into conservation. It's like, well, we actually wouldn't need to do any conservation if people weren't such cunts.
Exactly.
Stop
Fuck
shooting
children, right?
rhinos. Stop killing lions. Stop, killing fucking elephants for their tusks to make piano keys. Like, just be sound.
Just be sound cunts, and that's all you
Sound.
want in life.
Just don't. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
Stop.
special place in hell for poachers.
Oh
and-
yeah. And hunters, like, the amount of people that I know that hunt is disgusting.
Well,
That's a really weird one for me
Mhm.
because, I genuinely just can't help but think, like, aye, but you're a bit of a psycho, though. It doesn't matter how much they make it it's cool, and I cook what I eat, and I da-da-da. It's like, yeah, but you're not living off the land, bro.
Watch something.
20 minutes down the road, there's a fucking
Yeah,
Tesco's with all of that wall-to-wall meat, but you stalk this thing for 3 days to, like, take it out with a crossbow.
see, I understand it with deer. Deer in America are actually what's the word, pests. Like they fuck up the ecosystem because there's too many of them, and there's not enough natural predators to kill that off so that other wildlife can flourish. So I get it from that
Because we
regard.
killed them all and ground them down for fucking, medicinal.
Exactly. As always, we're the cause.
We ground them down for powder for fucking, or Johnsons to work.
But yeah, it's like we'll kill all the predators so it's safe for humans. Oh fuck! Now there's not any animals taking care of these deer and keeping their numbers low so that they
Deer-
aren't everywhere and they don't starve and die horrible gruesome deaths, which is gonna.
Prophylactic was the word I was thinking of but couldn't articulate earlier.
What does that mean, bro?
We'll tell you when you're older. Don't worry about
Okay.
it.
Prophylactic, is that not? It makes you shit.
It's not. It's actually I'm
Is
still
it like
thinking of the wrong thing.
makes you hard? Is that what we're on about?
That's what I thought it
Yeah.
was, but I probably got it wrong because I think it's actually the rubber. But
Anaphylaxis, the one where you have an allergic reaction.
Yeah. Anaphylaxis is where you swell up,
that's a different word. Yeah, it's not.
but it's prophylactic. So it's the same bit at the end, phylactic.
Yeah.
Anaphylactic. It probably is. I mean, anaphylactic, I think it's to do with swelling, so all the blood rushing in an area. So probably
Oh,
similar.
shit.
I don't know. I'm going to look this up, guys. Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
look it up right now because we need to know now.
Type in Rule 34 at the end of it.
No,
I'm not gonna do
type
that.
in Rule 34.
Nah. I just don't know. I think it would be invaluable knowledge to have how to do it in case the situation ever arose. We'll be born like an I Am Legend kind of future. But goddamn.
I don't know, man.
Goddamn.
Fucking. This has gone a weird way, hasn't it? Like, we went from. I don't even know what to hunting. How did we get to hunting?
Zoos,
Zoo.
giraffes. So prophylactic, it means intended to prevent disease. So it's
actually a Johnny a rubber I was thinking. Yeah, I totally screwed up.
A medicine or course of action used to prevent disease. Or, actually, in North America, a condom. So,
yeah. What's the word for?
What's the word for what? Let's make the dictionary corner episode.
I was trying to get the word for what do you call it? Fucking blue pills, Viagra.
They are libido enhancing.
That's the a brand of certain chemicals erectile. No, that's not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. Aphrodisiac.
That's it, yeah. There's a really great.
Lads.
I know.
Got in the end, yeah. There's a really great episode of Futurama where aliens knows or aliens want human nose, human horn they call it, which is just people's nose, as they think it's an aphrodisiac. It's like this weird play on the fact that we've hunted rhinos for their horns. Because
aphrodisiac sounds like my new favourite anime.
Probably a fucking lit anime. It'd probably be on something like X videos though.
What's that?
You know exactly what it is, Priv. Dirty
that
boy.
Filth. I never watched such filth. I wouldn't know.
Nice.
Yeah. So who's got an Xbox or who's got a PS5?
Nope.
No.
Neither. I've got a PC now, man. I can play PC games and PC gaming.
Hell yeah.
Gang, baby.
I don't, but I go and play Fall Guys at my friends. That's pretty cool.
Nice. Fall Guys is like I've not played it in a while.
I love it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't have any focus.
Oh,
I've got a lot of balls in the air, and I need to just not have so many and focus on one thing at a time, which is easier said than done, sadly.
Fucking tell me about it.
It's kind of shitty.
Yeah, man. Aye. I think like what annoys me more is I've lessened the load when it came to content and stuff like that, but it's still somehow like how am I juggling this? Like what's going on here? Which essentially I'm no, and that's what's been annoying. That means you know for a fact you're not, like you're saying in a sense you need to strategize a lot more, you need to think it out a bit more and plan it out a bit more, you know. I've been listening to a lot of that Jocko Willig podcast I was telling you about, but also read the 8-hour audiobook through Spotify. That was amazing.
Nice.
And mate, if it's not just life lessons, just you uni students wouldn't know anything about reading with your ears, okay? It's an old boomer talent. The sacred art, okay? Some of us have a lot of time to listen to things.
Some of us do not.
Yeah.
So as I said, I was reading it. It was really interesting. Just more so on a bit like how Navy SEALs tactics that these guys developed can actually be applied to life and business in more ways than one. But one of the best stories that came out of the book that I know straight off was like what they call prioritize and execute. Now, it's very simple, sounds very simple, but in the example he was given, they had to get their arse out of a building. That building quite possibly had IEDs landmines strapped to it. There was only one way out, so they decided to make their own way out up through the roof and onto the next roof. Halfway through getting out of that roof, they've set up an explosive to blow up the IED, the landmine outside, hopefully causing a distraction, but quite possibly being big enough to bring down the building that they're in. So they go to get off to this other roof, and some guy falls 2 stories through the roof. There was a fucking hole that wasn't obvious. And in that moment, he's got half his soldiers in the building, half his soldiers out the building, one in another building stranded and unconscious, and a bomb about to go off. And the only way off of that roof was barricaded. And he's like, right, most folk in that situation would flap, would fuck up, would totally just, oh, no, you go do this, you go, I'll go do this, oh no, run up and down the stairs, and eventually get everybody or even half the folk killed. But using the system like prioritise and execute, you knew exactly what he had to do and how to do it. It's like, right, first things first, get me the head count that everybody's out of that building that's about to explode. Right, sound. Hull, Bodjaws, go and figure a way out of that door, that one exit that we have that's barricaded. Go and cut through it. Right, numbnuts, you and me, we'll go down, make sure Bodjaws is alright, it's fell through the floor. Sweet. Cool. Coosty, they're all out, but they're about a good 30 seconds odd before the explosion went off and blew everything up. It's a dead simple thing. But what most folk will do in every situation is they'll allow all these extra things to get piled on and piled on and piled on, and then they can't prioritise. And they'll maybe start doing one thing, but then realise another thing's actually going to take precedent, or you'll start doing that thing and then somebody's distracting you with the other thing, or you have to sort of do what time this other thing's going to be, so that intersects with it all. Before you know, you've got 10, 15 things half finished, or not even half started, you know. But to have the ability to sit down and even just write it down in front of yourself and go, right, what is the highest priority? What needs done first? What can I do quickest and efficiently right in front of me right now, and just go for it, head down. Okay, it's really interesting read. Christ, what the hell was the name of it now? To Leif Babin and Jocko Willink, the guys that wrote it. Hold on, I've got it here on my Spotify. Well, I did actually already listen to it, so I don't know if it'll come up on my Spotify. Right, what have you guys been reading? Uni work?
Uni work, yeah. Today I spent like a good 3 hours reading stuff about how vocal folds work. So that was great.
Vocal folds.
Oh, it's really good fun.
Sweet. Yeah, the name of that book was...
What?
How do you fold your vocals?
What?
How do you fold a vocal now?
Yeah, vocal folds. How do you fold them?
You so you take the corners.
Yep.
And then you have to put the corners together.
Okay.
And then you grab it at the middle and fluff it over.
Okay.
Right, so it's like it's like that.
You know how you fold a bed sheet?
Yep.
Aye.
Poorly.
That's how you do it.
I'm not very good at that.
No, me neither.
That sounds sore. That sounds very painful. Right. The name of that book was Extreme Ownership. Yeah.
Extreme.
Just in case anybody does want to listen to it. But it's cool, man. It's really cool. Like, full of loads of wee fucking mad war stories.
Well,
and then he literally gives you a story
Extreme
of how it... Yes. The guys sound like this because they're actually Navy SEALs. You're like, oh, shit, man. Starts off like mad, like
testosterone for their own good.
Oh, fucking, you've no idea. Like the way guy Jocko like literally gets up at like 4 a.m. just to go and fight jiu-jitsu for a morning warm up. Like,
nice.
What the hell? But it was really
more dense than your whole body.
Yeah, and you see footage of him like I don't know, like me and Mrs. were drunk a few weekends back. We were looking up jiu-jitsu matches. I was like, do we fucking look up Jocko? The guy is short as shit, but oh my god, wouldn't need to mess with him. He's like a cartoon character like Ren and Stimpy or something, just rage. just all torso and legs and muscles, and I'm like, oh shit, bro. But it's very calm when he talks. It's not like what you'd expect.
Yeah, that's what you want though. But you need that. It's like put together and
you couldn't like listen
sensible.
to an audiobook of someone be like, and then I went off the roof.
So you get heartburn, right? You can't listen to fucking Alex Jones for more than like half an hour at a time. You start like actually turning into a fucking human reptile.
No, do you know what bamboos me? See like, now this is just like a thing that humans do, but see, listening to someone who's like Alex Jones, especially when he shouts, he gets out of breath. It makes me out of breath.
Yeah.
So he's like, they're turning the frogs gay, and I'm like, oh god, I can't do this. Pause it, please. To catch my breath.
Hyperventilating.
It's not because I'm panicking about what he's saying. It's just the way that he's speaking to make my body go, I need to breathe. I can't breathe, Alex, breathe. Help, please.
But it's like that though. Like when you're in a room with people that just start getting more and more aggy and more shouty, and you end up sitting there like, oh, shut the fuck up. You're angry and aggy yourself, kid. Energy transference.
I had a lecture today about buses.
Oh, fun. Wait, like lectures you went into class and had a lecture, or like your lecturer was like, Alex, you need to pay attention to the buses, idiot.
No, I went into a class and sat down, and I got given a picture of a bus.
All right.
And we talked about buses.
What?
Because there's so much music on a bus. What?
Well, apparently, right. Here's the summary of the lecture. A bus is apparently a very good metaphor for a career.
This is higher education, ladies and gentlemen. Go on, please. Please enlighten us, Alex.
So, for example, okay, who drives the bus? If you're driving the bus, then you're driving your own career. If someone else is driving your bus, you might be unhappy because you might not have got the seat that you wanted.
No, I mean, if you're driving, if you're driving the bus, that's your career. A bus driver, not a musician. That's a terrible metaphor.
No, wait. So who's the passengers?
Well, that was
why do you have passengers in your career bus?
No, but are your passengers supportive or not supportive of your bus?
Yeah, but who are the passengers?
Well, exactly.
Why are they there?
Are they your family? Are they randomers that you don't know? It's
you bring them on to your career.
Very subjective, apparently, and also
I better.
Well,
that's dumb.
Another thing we went down was bus stops. So bus stops are like the stages of you getting to your career. So, for example, your first bus stop is your GCSEs, and then your second bus stop is your A-levels, and then your third bus stop is your degree, and then any bus stops after that are like higher education and further development or whatever.
So how long have you been on this bus?
About 25 years, it felt like.
It honestly sounds...
How much does a day pass cost?
Well, that was another question. Because someone said, right, they were like,
about $9,000.
They were like, how is your career similar to a bus? And someone went, bloody expensive. It doesn't get me where I want to go.
That's fucking awesome.
The other thing was my mate Dan, who's in my band with me. Right, we were talking about who drives your bus, okay? And he, bless him, he goes, Jesus drives my bus.
Oh, he's the mega Christian bro.
Yes.
I was a bit, I couldn't stop myself. I started pissing myself laughing. I just couldn't stop myself.
Oh, man.
That's amazing. I bet he had like all the best answers to it.
Honestly.
My bus need not stop. But I have faith we shall make it there on time.
It sounds like they were really trying to big up education to keep themselves relevant. That's what that sounds like to me.
Right, no, good.
Yeah, man. All the bus stops are education, not jobs or career or life experience. No, it's just education.
No, and then it gets better. Right, one of the things was what's on the outside of the bus. Obviously, there's windows in a bus, right? And we were like, oh, there's more windows higher up on the bus. It's a double-decker bus, by the way, guys. And
of course, has to be.
To Dan, I was like, yeah, Dan, you'll like those windows on the higher end because you'll be closer to God. The lecturer was not impressed.
That's pretty fucking clever, though. I think that sounds. Even if I was like a diehard Christian, I'd like that too. I'd be like, you know what, that was fucking witty.
We go to this pub called the Duke and Rye, which is in an old church.
Nice.
And
I'd love that.
The smoking area, not that I smoke. Hi, Dad. Is there's a cross on the wall. And I have a picture. I'll send you it later. But there's a picture of my mate literally pretending to be Jesus crucified on the cross. We only took the scent to Dan.
Oh wow.
But it's great.
That's blasphemy.
He's a good guy.
That's hate speech. That's hate speech.
Oh, sorry. I'll God's great.
You could get time for that in Scotland.
Woo! Oh, I miss Scotland. I can't lie to you.
Yeah, Scotland's fucking lit.
I miss it. I miss you.
Oh, so cute. Oh my god.
I know.
Yeah, no, that metaphor is shit though. What they should have did is something completely different that wasn't that trash, because that's dumb.
But to be fair, right, and then where else did it go? I don't know. We had so much stuff. Oh yeah, what if you get a flat tire? It was like, if you get a flat tire on a bus, you don't panic, you just put a new tire on. So why do we panic when we hit a bump in the road in life?
No, you don't panic when you get a flat tire on a bus. You phone the man, and the man fixes it.
You wait there raging while they send out another bus. Actually,
yeah.
Literally what happens in these parts. Ain't no bus driver jacking up an entire bus to change its tire. They just send someone else out.
It's so good.
So in that metaphor, it'd be another career.
Yeah, jump ships because it's all gone wrong. That's literally. Yeah, if you take this quite literally and how buses actually work, and not how, it sounds to me like whoever the fuck was taking the lecture has never used a bus.
That would have been my last question. Miss, when did you last ride the bus?
Apparently,
yeah, they're just like, it was when you used to be able to run up and jump on the back. Mind the back, but it used to be what you could just run up, jump on the pole, and then get the bus. It was then. It's like, idiot.
Right, do you know what was good though? Right, do you know what her career is? She's a triangle player. She plays the triangle for a job.
What? How the fuck?
Bro,
how?
That's the most lucked out profession you've ever heard of. Your puff, mate. I'm a professional triangle player.
And I was like, you have to be joking. Like,
well, here, listen, if you're going to take fucking advice of anybody, it's somebody who managed to make a career out of touching a bit of metal with another bit of metal.
It sounds like that they say that's their career, but they're actually a lecturer.
They're actually the dean.
yeah.
Oh no,
It's a good turn around like coming of age movie. They're actually your secret boss.
I stood on the wall with the head of music guy not having a cigarette because he was up on the wall, and I was like, Ben, why are you on the wall? And he goes, well, it's warmer up here. Would you like to come up and join me? So I stood on the wall with my head of music.
That's pretty lit.
Like
he sounds like he's a cool dude.
Tin goat or something.
Musician goat.
He's such a cool guy. He walks around in like 3-piece suits with a monocle, and he has a handlebar mustache, and I'm a little bit upset.
Oh, what?
He sounds pretty zany.
I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Weird.
Yeah, he's a weird guy. He's a great guy.
All good music teachers are, though.
Yeah.
Like, I had one once. I walked into a recording room, and he was sat there in the dark bass cell. He was working on something, but like with a mixer in front of him and stuff. And I turned around and asked him if he had an XLR cable. Like, for those who don't know, it's just a mic cable.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And he turned around and, do you know? And literally went into a half-an-hour lecture on how the little red button on your Sky Plus remote back in the day was actually taking note of every time that you hit the little red button, and somewhere in the database somewhere that they knew every time you'd hit that button, and were then more likely to hit that button whenever they made an advert just like the one that made you hit that red button.
I mean, he probably wasn't wrong.
Oh, ahead of his time, incredibly ahead of his time. And then I literally walked out having missed a good chunk of the rehearsal or lesson or whatever the hell it was, with my head entirely scrambled. Like half an hour for a cable.
Every time I leave a Ben lecture, I'm like, I have no idea what I just witnessed, but it was fucking glorious.
Yeah, that's
figured
mad.
out one of the other music teachers, if you asked them a question they wouldn't stop.
Oh yeah.
Like he'd literally at one point reverted from teaching us about woodwind instruments all the way back to giving us a history lesson on how the Vikings used to use horned instruments, their instruments to do this and do that. It was fucking insane, like proper 40 minutes. Everybody just looking at each other, kind of acknowledging, like, ask us something else. Ask us something else. We've not had to do anything this entire day. Just keep asking.
Those are the best teachers.
All my lectures are pretty cool, to be fair. I love uni.
Yeah, that's the good thing about like uni and college is you get treated like an adult, and it's like you listen, man. If you want to not pay attention and not show up and fuck it up, all right, that's your life. Enjoy the debt.
In Ben's lecture, right, on Monday, which was yesterday. What day are we on?
Yes.
Yes, yesterday.
Tuesday.
He went on like a 20-minute ramble about how he left his lighter at home this morning. And he was having a stroke because he'd left his lighter at home, and then he went into the chapel to try and find matches, and he couldn't find matches, and then he cursed at God. and then,
it's a bit mad.
And then apparently he found a lighter in a drawer, and it makes him feel like a hippie or something. But literally,
well, he better have said thank you to God after cussing him out.
Exactly, or at least said sorry. So's mate.
I don't know, man. But anyway, he went literally like a 20-minute ramble about how he'd left his lighter at home, and then he went, "But it's fine. I need a smoke now, so we can all go on a break."
What?
Okay.
I mean, fair play.
He's such a cool.
I need a break. Take a break. That's how you do it.
Yeah, because it's a 2-hour lecture, so he lets us go and have coffee for 10 minutes, like every week, which is pretty cool. We will rock up with coffee.
Higher education. How much you pay for that bus ticket?
Too much.
Yeah, man, that bus metaphor is some of the dumbest shit I've heard in a long while.
Yeah.
But it works.
Yeah.
Metaphors and pictures and similes.
And it's a red bus, so it looks pretty or something.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Pictures. Someone get paid to come up with those lessons.
Yes.
Yeah, that's...
Maria.
I hope it...
Sexy Maria.
Nah, that's... Nice. That's okay then. If Sexy Maria wants to talk about buses, then...
I know it wasn't Sexy Maria today, and that was why it was so sad.
Boo.
Sexy Maria teaches us yoga, and it's great.
So is that part of the music course, or is that like an additional thing?
No, it's part of my course. I have to do yoga every week on a Friday. We do yoga and meditation.
What?
This uni just sounds like made up half the time. I swear to God.
What?
It's like,
So
whimsical. Let's go smoking on a wall, children. Now it's time for yoga. Tea. Oh, it's a break. We've talked for 20 minutes. Go.
That is literally what uni is.
It's kind of lit. So it does sound pretty lit.
It's pretty
About
cool,
the
though.
magic school bus.
It means like every day. So most of the week, apart from Fridays, which is like my day is packed on a Friday. Other than that, I have like maybe 1 hour or maybe 2 hours of lecture a day. So the rest of the time, I spend in like practice rooms just jamming or hanging out or whatever. And it's great. It's so good.
Yeah, that is pretty lit. So what?
Could I get off my bus?
If you want to get a different bus or maybe walk.
Is
There's
there?
no timetable in the bus stop though.
Well, that's okay because you have to take your own time.
Oh, snap, bro. Oh, shit.
Can I ask though? Like, see the yoga, is that like just for the music, or is it like everybody does yoga now and meditates for mental health?
So it's anyone that's on a music or performance-based course. So anyone that does like acting or dancing or anything like that, they all
Or Satanism through breathing techniques, yeah.
through breathing techniques. We love it. But it's
Yoga's hard, man.
No, she does this thing at the end, and every week it makes you like want to just like vibrate because she goes like, "I'm relaxing my feet." All it makes you want to do is like fucking shake because I'm like, I need to move, and then it like she continues the whole way. It's just like, "I'm relaxing my calves." It's like each bit she does 3 times. She goes, "I'm relaxing my feet. I'm relaxing my feet. My feet are relaxed." It's like, what is this?
That's pretty fucking weird. Yeah, but like actual yoga is difficult. Like, see, having to hold poses and shit. It looks so easy, but it's really, really difficult.
You know, I actually really enjoy yoga. I do yoga.
Oh yeah, it's so good for you.
I do it quite a lot, but honestly, I find that yoga class so hard. There's like fucking 40 of us in a room, and I'm like, everyone is looking at my ass. I hate myself. And there's just a bunch of us, and we're all at the back, and we all just make each other fucking laugh because none of us can do it, and so we're all just
Nice.
like, what the fuck are you doing? It's great.
I like that. I like that a lot.
It's so good.
And on that note, my feet are relaxing. My feet are relaxing. My feet are relaxed. I think we should end the podcast there, guys.
There's nothing relaxing about what's happened in the last 30, 40 minutes at all. I gotta say.
Yoga's lit. That's my takeaway. Yoga is very good. It's also difficult and yeah. It's hard though.
So
it's so hard. It's so hard.
Anyone who's listening, relax your feet. Right.
Yeah, man.
Just fucking do it.
That's been said. That's been said enough times today that it could never be said again in the universe ever.
Relax your feet.
Until I have yoga with Sexy Maria.
Relax your feet. I mean, is she called Sexy Maria because she's sexy, or Sexy Maria because it's funny to call her Sexy Maria?
Right, she's not like sexy as in like, oh, you'd fuck that, but she's sexy.
Or is it because she says to relax your feet?
Wow.
No, but she's sexy because her personality is very sexy. She's just like, she's like one of these people that's like, do things that make you comfortable. Only do what you want. And it's like, mate, what are you chatting? So, yeah, she's become Sexy Maria, and my bandmates, they get quite jealous because she comes around obviously to correct poses, and if one of them gets corrected and touched by Sexy Maria and one of them doesn't, there's war.
You need to do worse so Sexy Maria touches you more.
Yes, duh.
It's like nobody wants the praise of Sexy Maria, they want the hand of Sexy Maria.
Exactly.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
We love you, Sexy Maria.
Sexy Maria for
You
life.
get expelled. This is done. This evidence back to uni. Hate speech and sexual harassment charges on your way.
Right. Is that us then? Have we done?
Yeah.
Cool.
Clear.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Yeah, as always, check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I stream on Twitch very not often. Plan to do it more. We'll see how it goes. Alyx weekly uploads on Eloise Music.
Hell yeah.
Definitely one of the most consistent. Prev has the Fawk podcast, which usually goes up on the Fawk Chronicles channel. But yeah, gang, have a nice week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.